Storms never last, do they, baby? Bad times all pass with the wind. Your hand in mine stills the thunder, and you make the sun want to shine. Oh, I followed you down so many roads, baby. I picked wildflowers and sang you soft, sad songs. But every road we took, God knows our search was for the truth. And the storm that's brewing now won't be the last.
These are some of my ceremonial garb, and that's what I wear when I go to ceremonies. Sacred buffalo that we honor, and sage grass, a pipe with a tomahawk. Then I have a turtle rattle. When you see all these eagles, I represent my mom. These are what they represent to me, is that's her. When I see these are the ones that's protecting me. I had gone back every so often to study my culture. If I went back and talked to the elders, I probably would learn a lot more. You know, it's about our culture and about our medicines. The medicines that you learn, that you use, what you can use, what you can't, and what they learned and what they know about all the different medicines, the herbs, and everything that they use before white man ever settled on this continent. The only thing I knew about the States was that it was across the border. It was in the United States. And I had no idea where that was. But I took the chance. I went on this adventure, and I was bound to make it, whatever happened. I had no education. The most education I had was a teacher came one time for the summer, and she taught us how to write my name. I still know the language. Yishkitoyan genin, Ishnabemboyan. Nungum, Ezekidian. I learned the language I could still speak. That's what I'm saying right now. Nisanungum genin ma, Ezekidian. I had done a play down at the Children's Theater about this fantastic story about how the white people came along and took the children from the reservations and put them into a school so that they could forget their culture. My mom, she was one of them. She was forbidden to speak her language. Then they opened up our culture and they said, okay, it's okay for you guys to do your powwow again. And my mom, she couldn't walk around powwow grounds at that time. We had to push her on a wheelchair. And she stood there and she cried and she says, you know, I never thought I'd see the day that I'd be able to do this again. And that was the happiest day of our life. At that time, I never realized I was one of these people that was told, this is what you're going to have to learn. This is what you're going to have to pass on to the next generation. The elders are there and tell you what you should do. but you have to pay attention. That's the main thing. Just paying attention to what's around you and realizing the power that's within yourself and the power that's within the people around you that can help you. It's believing. It's believing that you can do it and believing that you can carry on this belief for others. Not for yourself. It's not for you. It's for the others. It's for the people that's around you to teach them.
Along the Cascade foothills, temperatures also going to be in mid to upper 50s, Bellingham 57, 57 for Mount Vernon, and 56 in Oak Harbor. Take a look at the coast, where everything was really blowing yesterday. Calm things down. It'll be a 61 for Centralia. Some of the showers pretty intense around western Washington this morning, so be careful on the roadways. 5,500 feet on our freezing level, our past temperatures.
I tried to go back home several years ago. And I thought that, when I left there in 52, I thought I'd go back home. Everything would be pretty much the same as when I left there. When I got back home, I had it all planned that I was going to go back and stay. But when I got there, it was a whole different situation. All the people that I had known when I left there no longer existed. They were no longer there. And everything that I had thought of what I was going to do was no longer there. The whole scene on the reserve, the Doak East Reserve had changed so much that they now had roads, paved roads through the village, and where they just had little paths. And the only way I could recognize the people that were there was through I saw their eyes, and I knew who the family was, where they came from. I stayed there for a while, and I tried to adjust myself to that point, to try to be back to where I was before. It didn't work. It just did not work. It was like a spiritual experience where I was seeing things that weren't there, seeing almost like ghosts. Our pastime is basically going to casinos. Every time we go in, we have a limit, because if you don't, it's not going to last very long. But if you have a limit on what you do, it makes a very enjoyable type of recreation. I was out to visit my brother this summer. He was telling me, he says, you're not even a native anymore. You're not even an Indian anymore. To be an Indian, you have to live out in the woods. You have to live by yourself. You have to know what life is all about. Everything that I do is based on where my culture has brought me. And this is what I am now. And I don't think I'll ever lose that. Storms never last, do they, baby? Bad times all pass with the wind. Your hand in mine stills the thunder, and you make the sun want to shine. Oh, I followed you down so many roads, baby. Pick wildflowers, sang your soft, sad songs. But every road we took, God knows, our search was for the truth. And the storm that's brewing now won't be the last.